Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Well, here we go. It's Monday. Jaybird's got him a grilled cheese going on over there. Things are pretty good. And the trashy Virginia is over there watching him.
I'm just watching him eat.
Yeah.
It's so funny because he takes such pride in this breakfast order. And
yeah.
like the whole time he's waiting for it to show up, he's talking to us about how he's just so hopeful they get it right. And when it's when it's in the lobby, he's like, "Oh my gosh, it's here, it's here. Oh my gosh, I hope they got it right."
Was that really
my gosh,
was it really like that, Kev?
It was worse. So it shows up, and of course, his is not right. But mine was spot on perfect, plus they gave me free extra bonus pancakes.
Well, I'm glad it worked out for you. And I'm glad you're rubbing it in my face.
I gave you the pancakes.
I appreciate it. Good, because I bought them. So thank you.
Well, got a lot of emails today. Many about Suits, becoming a man. Eligible bachelor out there and very desirable. We had a married couple try to proposition him. Sounded like it was a cuckolding kind of thing. And
yeah.
I found out this really wasn't the first time. There was another time where a wife came up and grabbed Suits and kissed him while like her husband was filming it.
You know what was the most
crazy?
The most surprising thing about that segment, I walked out during commercial break and saw the text messages. There were so many dudes texting in saying, I love watching my wife fuck other guys. I could not believe it. There was a lot.
Probably about 9 or 10, yeah.
Denny's was getting calls about it.
Yeah. People are like, it's not like, well, because I think they felt like our era was, this is pretty rare that something like this would happen. But, yeah.
Are we just prudes?
No, most people, it's going to be weird.
I think that's weird for a lot of people.
It is.
I don't think that makes us prudes.
Okay.
That's not a knock on anybody that's into that. I'm just saying your average person is not into cuckolding. They're not swingers. Your average person is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, do what you want. I don't care. I mean, if you're happy and everything's cool.
Just leave me out of it.
But don't be so shocked.
Don't cuckold my Suits.
Well, don't be so shocked that we're shocked. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's why I'm trying to figure out if we just being prudish are more and more people cuckolding out there and we just don't know what's up.
I don't think so. I think the minority is going to be loud.
Yeah, I think it is a loud minority, but I think Florida probably has a higher percentage than most states. I don't think this would be like as prevalent in Kansas. I haven't heard of such a thing when I was in Ohio.
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff too, it's always been around, but it hit the mainstream media. Kind of like we were talking a couple weeks ago about anal stuff. You know, no one talked about anal stuff back in the 80s. Now, Cosmo, 9 ways to do anal with your girlfriend and boyfriend. There's articles all the time.
Okay.
No, there's 9 ways to do it?
I'm just saying, Cosmo really
Sounds like an interesting read.
They delve deep.
Somebody believes here that Suits' bachelor skills are still lacking. Missy from Jupiter is talking about, yes, it's all good that he's doing all this kind of stuff. He's got a signature dish. Kevin was talking about poetry.
Signature what?
Jizz?
Signature jizz? I bet he does, but
Suits.
We certainly don't want to see it or hear about
Voila! I've made this up. This batch is special just for you.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! I will draw my name in cum in your face.
Oh, Kevin.
My name is Suits. Huzzah! I was talking yesterday about poetry, but I think there's a very small percentage of women that consider poetry to be a panty dropper.
Really?
Okay.
If Panda wrote you a poem and was real sincere in reading it to you, would you love it or would it make you cringe?
I would love it.
What if it was shitty?
I don't think he would come with a shitty poem because Panda takes writing seriously.
I love you. You don't make me blue. Like it was really bad.
Yeah. What Suits needs to learn next, which every woman finds helpful and sexy, is how to be handy. Nothing hotter than a man that can work on your car or fix things around the house. I adore my boyfriend now. I think he's really cute, but let's be honest, I'm a lot hotter than him. I wasn't really sure about him when we started dating, but then he did an oil change on my car, fixed my garage door and my broken garbage disposal, and that's when I said, this man is it. That was 6 months ago. We're now moving in together next month, and we both couldn't be happier. Okay, I think the next Bachelor boot camp needs to have Suits working on some general maintenance.
Cool, you can fix my tire, Suits. I really could use some help.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and do it. If they fall off on the road, though, it's not my fault.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really know how to change a tire or anything, but I've never really had a flat tire, so I wouldn't really practice that, you know?
You've never had a flat tire?
No, I've never had a flat tire. I've never been in a car that had a flat tire.
Fuck, I've had so many.
Well, you're a fucking renegade.
But you're a
Look at
NASCAR fan. You're a NASCAR fan, don't know how to change a tire?
Well, I mean, I still don't have a reason to just because I watch it. I mean, plus they have those air guns, you know?
Okay,
That would make
I guess
life
you're right.
much easier.
I watch football, can't throw a very good spiral. Okay.
I watch cooking shows. I can eat good.
Dave from Stewart says the same thing. Think that Suits needs to concentrate on some fix-it kind of things. And he also had another suggestion. When Virginia brings in food for bits, maybe she eats the crappy food if the other person picks the good one.
I like it, yeah. I think the reign of the witch getting away with shit is over. Time's up. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
That's all you got?
It's funnier when you eat it. It's funnier when you eat a jalapeno donut.
People are really mad. It's so funny that shit people get mad about. I can't believe the fucking witch gave you. She knows you don't like it, and she gave it to you. She should be fired.
She should be fired. Yes.
Nobody noticed that both your donuts were bad.
Oh, were they? That's so funny.
Oh, really?
Oh, don't act like you didn't know, Kev. You knew.
Oh, you're right. Summer of
Summer
Rig.
of Rig.
Summer of Rig. He made me do it.
Summer of Rig. There was a question here. Suits, it's about the cruise. Can you do a cruise question? This is from Aaron. He said, my wife and I are getting ready to book our first cruise, and we need your help avoiding wrong decisions. They're looking at doing a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise, St. Martin, St. Thomas, Coco Cay. It's Allure of the Seas. And we're trying to figure out which deck we should book our room on, and should we do a balcony? I heard you say once that if you're on X ship, you don't want to be on this deck because it's under it'll be loud. So which room deck? He's got an ocean view without a balcony, midship deck 3, and forward ship rooms. Central Park view balcony, only midship rooms available. Or the boardwalk view balcony, only aft rooms available.
So the thing with those two like balcony rooms is they're actually on the inside of the ship. It's so big that they've designed neighborhoods on the inside. So one of them looks just like Central Park, the other one like Boardwalk.
Oh, wow.
So you're actually facing the inside of the ship with those balconies. Your regular balconies are a little more expensive. I prefer the regular one just because I want an ocean view when I'm on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to me to have that. And I also noticed, because I actually went on the Allure of the Seas a couple of years ago, it kind of got like a wind tunnel in there because of the way it was shaped when we were moving.
Okay.
So I personally wouldn't recommend those balconies. It's all your tastes, though. Deck 3 center for your ocean view isn't bad. You shouldn't feel too much movement down there. Mm-hmm. But I would do, like, if you're doing a balcony, I would do, like, deck 9 and up.
Okay.
And not deck 14 because you'll be under the pool.
Wow. Okay, do you hear stuff if you're under the pool?
Just like people dragging lawn chair or deck chairs. I've heard that before. I went on a cruise where I was right under like the outdoor restaurant, and I could hear them dragging the chairs when people were up there. It was kind of annoying.
Oh yeah, Suits little cruise insider here.
Insider
You like-
tippage.
You like playing with that deck?
I'm I mean, when I'm at home, sure.
I didn't say dick. I said deck.
You knew what I was thinking. What was I supposed to think it was?
Poor Suits. He's just everywhere he goes. He's just hit.
That's like
with,
I got good. I got
he's hit
specialty
with
cum
awkward
and.
sexual issues that.
Poor Suits. You can't even see his head because my fucking IHOP bag is
Oh,
covered.
this is such a challenge over here. There's so
All
much
you
food in
see
my
is
way.
Two little eyes.
Mountain, yeah, mountain of food.
Well, we got this tiny chair on top of it. I can barely reach the microphone.
Yeah, they stole our chairs, Kev.
Again.
Now we have to use like some office chair. This is not a studio chair. Someone stole our real studio chair.
Shouldn't be
geez.
this hard.
Oh,
That's a challenge.
people have been stealing a lot of shit in here lately, Kev. We might want to put that secret camera in here.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of shit going missing. Food. My sauce is gone. Someone stole my sauce.
When we put the secret camera up, though, we don't say we're putting up the secret camera. We just put it up without talking about it on the radio.
Oh,
You
you got
say
a
you
lot-
put up the secret camera, then don't do anything. Maybe they're scared because they think we have a camera and we really don't.
Boom.
Saves a lot of work.
Kevin
Mind
gets
games.
me.
It's kind of like people put up that little sign that they got a home security system and they don't. They just got a sign.
Beware, dog will bite your face off.
got
and
no dog.
You have no dog.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Okay. Thank you, Suits. The valuable insider information. I got insider tip here from Ruben about The Office. Said Jaybird should know that The Office, the complete series, is available on iTunes until Monday at midnight for just $25, cheaper than 2 months of Netflix, and you own it for life.
That's a
in
great
case
call.
Netflix loses the rights to it.
I love it. I'm absolutely going to buy that. Great tip.
Okay. A couple tips, too, if you're looking for some new shows to check out. I watched a couple Netflix stuff over the weekend. One that I really liked is called The Black Godfather. That was a really fascinating documentary, and it really is about the power of relationships and this guy that was kind of like behind the music on a lot of stuff. Clarence Avant is his name. And you know that song, Lean on Me, Bill Withers?
Yeah.
He had a record label back in the day. He was a guy who only has a 9th grade education. He goes on to work some nightclubs. He had to run away because he tried to poison his mom's husband for being abusive.
Gosh, wow.
Had to get out of, I think it was like North Carolina. He's from Climax, North Carolina. Winds up in Jersey running nightclubs with a guy who's kind of a big music dude. Next thing you know, he's married to a model living in California. And it's almost like a Forrest Gump kind of story where he's had connections with everybody. And what he does is he just connects people and he works out negotiations and deals, but he's not really necessarily an agent or this or that. He had a couple record labels, but it was really kind of fascinating to see all the projects that he's been behind and who he was tight with. And I learned some good stuff about it.
You hear about that kind of stuff sometimes in sports where there's a player on a team that's not necessarily a great player, but they keep him or her around because they keep the glue together. There's something about the chemistry. You can't, it's almost like that it factor. And they are usually very revered in the clubhouse. People look at them for wisdom and keeping things together. There's a talent for that.
There was one part of the special where all these different groups are there with their own interests and like, okay, that's that person being represented by them. And he was just sitting there like going, okay, who is that and what's he doing? Like going, well, that's Clarence and he's representing everybody because he's the guy that would find here's how we do it so everyone walks away happy. And sure enough, it was like one of those impossible deals and he got it done. Yeah, so that was the kind of thing about it. It was a very fascinating story and just, I mean, it goes all the way from Michael Jackson to just, you know, pretty much a who's who of getting presidents elected and it was just the power behind the scenes and what it's all about. And a guy with a 9th grade education is able to do all this kind of stuff and how he did it, kind of like thing. So it's, very fascinating. Somebody I never knew and feel like I should have known. Black Godfather is the one. And the other show that I thought was kind of interesting that I started watching is When They See Us on Netflix.
That's going to be too hard for me to watch. I don't think I can watch that one because that's the story of those kids.
The Harlem Five,
The Harlem Five that were wrongfully accused
of a rape in 1989 in Central Park.
And it sounds like just all these people like just coerced confessions out of them and did horrible things. And these boys didn't do it.
Right.
Oh, that just upsets me and breaks my heart so bad.
You hear that a lot where, especially from back in the day, where people were forced to give a confession because they wanted to get out of there. They would beat them down. I mean, think about how many times that probably happened in the history of our country.
It's just so messed up because it's like, okay, we have to show the public that we caught the bad guy. And that is more important than actually finding the real bad guy, just being able to say you caught somebody.
A lot of those murder specials I watch, that storyline seems to come up a lot where someone's forced to give a confession, it's the wrong person, and they were scared. They just wanted to get out of there. I've seen that come up quite a bit.
I think they tell them that. They tell them if you confess, you can go home, and then they confess, and then they lock them up.
Because they just want to go home because they were they were scared. They were just, being traumatized. And that was kind of it. So it's like one of those things where the cops want a narrative to be true, so they just try to
make it.
They try to bang it into shape. Yeah, it's square peg, round hole, and it isn't there, but we'll make it fit. And that's kind of what happened. And yeah, they lost some of the most valuable years of their lives, and got out. And then it is interesting, and it's a great social commentary. In fact, I was looking at the producers, like Oprah's involved, Robert De Niro's involved with the project. But then it kind of goes to show you then when they come back out and are trying to get things going, you kind of realize how tough it is if you've got something like that on your record. Just there's really no place for you to do anything in society.
That's so sad.
Yeah, so it's like, what do you do? Where do you go when that happens to you? Because you're just like, there is no room for me anywhere and anything in society. So it kind of goes to show you that, yeah, we gotta fix some things. But it was interesting and eye-opening, like I said. So a couple things on Netflix if you want to check out. Definitely the Black Godfather, I would go for that. And you're right, though, When They See Us, it is something where it is troubling but interesting and eye-opening, too.
Followed up with a little Chernobyl. Really?
I know.
Get the positivity going.
Pick me up kind of weekend.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with some of these shows. Like, we're going for a depressing turn here in the summertime.
Making you think.
Yeah.
Kevin, you need to go see Secret Life of Pets. Just to balance
I haven't watched
out.
Chernobyl yet. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
I have heard raving reviews about this Secret Life of Pets. Everybody and their mothers came up to me this week and said, "You have to see it, Bird."
It's so cute, Bird. I
That's
haven't
the first
seen
one, though,
two.
right?
Yeah. But I'm hearing great stuff on both of them.
One is so funny and so cute. I loved it.
Okay. Let me see here. Got an email from Heath. Said, I've somehow made a whole list of Kevin's nicknames.
I love it.
I don't know if it's the whole list. I feel like a few might be missing. But we got Kev, Fat Kev, Jerusalem Kev, Smuggy, Smugs Bunny, Beady Eyes, Diet Pansy, The Kevin Ralston, Riggs, Oil Rig, Riggy Ralston, Riggy Smalls, Riggy Azalea.
Riggy Azalea.
There's more.
Yeah, there is. Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Body.
There's King
Mr. Universe.
Beady Eyes.
Rat.
Yeah, Dirty Rat.
Dick Face. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
My favorite.
You need a drink, baby? What's going on
Yeah,
over there?
I got some Kool-Aid.
Are you okay?
I hope so. No,
Is the Bronc coming back? Because I know the Bronc was trying to show his face a little bit at the tail end of last week.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of like sinus stuff and like a cold. And here's the crazy thing, last time I went and they put me on I was on steroids, because I just couldn't knock it out. I had the bronch for 2 months.
Right. And
so I've been bronch free for 2 months, pretty much. And then, it's starting to creep back in. And I'm going to Orlando this weekend. Don't want to be, so I almost went to MD now, but I'm like, what? I'm still at just got stuffy nose kind of thing. I'm not necessarily there.
I think the Bronc is going to always be lurking behind you. I don't think you're ever going to be out of the woods when it comes to the Bronc.
Yeah.
I think she's going to always be keeping one eye on you.
I think it's I'm lucky I don't really have any allergies, but my mom has this, and this is the one genetic pitfall that I've got in my life. The Bronc is always there, lurking.
I still want to get you eating some conch. Well,
the Bronc loves conch.
I do love conch.
Yeah, I just want to get it on video. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah. Little mukbang.
He likes a conch salad, though. He don't like cracked conch fried.
I know I'm not talking to Fat Kevin here. I know I ain't giving that motherfucker anything fried.
Yes. Get that right. We're all good. Erica has got a question here. Why does Jaybird say Johnny come lately? What does that mean?
Johnny come lately is a term where the newcomer comes in and everyone either loves the newcomer because they're the hot, shiny thing, or Johnny come lately comes in there not knowing what the hell's going on. This newbie comes in saying, I know how to do it better than you. I know how to do it. Let's say it'd be like some 23-year-old girl comes in here and tries to tell Virginia how to do the dirt. That would be a Johnny come lately.
Okay.
That'd be a cut bitch.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's a great Eagles song called New Kid in Town. It's got the hook, Johnny Come Lately.
Johnny Come Lately.
And it's a fantastic song.
It's kind of an older term, I think.
Yeah, it's an older term.
Yeah.
It's something that I think you picked up from your mom and your aunt.
I actually picked it up from the Eagles song. I was so fascinated by that song as a kid, I looked it all up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, New Kid in Town. You're right. Good call, Jaybird. Buffalo Kev sent an email, said... Just trying to catch up here. Virginia is right. The Italian Heritage Fest in Buffalo is awesome. Not so good for the diet, though. You're also right, Kev, to say it's hard to work out in 0-degree temps in a blizzard. Yeah, winter could be tough on the body, but Buffalo area is awesome in the summer.
Buffalo
I agree,
is
Gabriel would love it, yeah.
beautiful in the summertime.
Is it? What's the landscape like?
So you would love it. It's like right by Niagara Falls, and at night you need a little sweater. It's like in the 60s in the summer. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's the one part.
Sunny in the day.
I want to go to New York. I have not been to New York. I've been to the West. I have not been up there. I've been as far east, as far northeast as Pennsylvania, and I loved Pennsylvania. I thought Pennsylvania was beautiful.
Yeah. That whole area, yeah, I love going up north. It's such a joy. I mean, the humidity here is freaking ridiculous.
Right
It
now,
is. It's bad.
I mean, I'm like, I went outside today. I'm like, and it's not really even I'm not expecting the serious stuff until, to me, July 4th. That's when I'm like, all right, it's just, July 4th is always swampy and icky, and there's always dark clouds. Like, I can't remember the last sunny, beautiful, nice, refreshing 4th of July ever. I don't even think that's possible.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I
It's been crappy every year.
Every year.
I get mosquito neck every single year. Though there'll be like a line of mosquitoes on
It's
my
just
neck.
gross.
It's gross.
Yeah, the forecast is just gross. And this weekend and this morning coming out, I'm like, it's just gross. It was like, you feel like you're in a swamp. I was outside, it was like the loud frogs, and I'm like, am I in the where am I?
These fucking frogs will not stop banging outside my window. It's so loud. They were so loud Saturday morning. It pissed me. I wanted to fight an entire frog community.
Yeah.
But I thought that might look insane.
Yeah, but just kind of like, people up north, like winter starts to get them down. Like, I need to start planning a trip because it's nice. Like last year I went to Chicago in almost like the 1st of August, and it was just nice to be like
beautiful.
Yeah, to have 3 days where you're just like, okay, and it feels like it does here in February. And
it's windy, it's dry.
Yes.
It's still sunny. I love that.
Right. I'm like, yeah, so I think like they got to get up north at least once just to kind of get away from the humidity.
You can come with me to Buffalo.
Is it still supposed to rain today? The day would be May 10th. No, today's not May 10th.
I say it's your birthday.
It's my birthday. June 10th. Today, I was just trying to timestamp it. Well,
He can't think. He's got too much IHOP around him. He can't focus.
It's making me lose my brain. I can't. You're right. I am having a tough time focus. I keep looking at my toast, and I ordered a lot of toast, and it looks really fucking dry, and it's bothering me. And the entire podcast, my attention's been on the toast, and I apologize.
Tough world, yes. Look how many carbs are over. I mean, can we add up the carbs?
It's a lot.
I mean, you've got, hash browns there, grilled cheese sandwiches there. It's all bread.
Buttered toast, which doesn't look so buttered to me.
Yeah.
Unbuttered toast.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Carbolicious. Let me see. Anyway, one of the recent shows you were talking about the dump button, but didn't answer one of the questions. What actually happens if a swear word actually makes it on the air? Is there a scale like, is fuck worse than asshole? I always wondered. Yeah, I mean, it probably, triggers somebody's sensibilities more. It depends upon the complaints we get and, whatever shakes down with that. But, yeah, that's kind of typically what happens. And then they kind of decide whether it was what the fault was, when it happened, what was the connotation. And, then the FCC will give you a ruling as far as, like, what a fine might be. So that's kind of how it all goes. It goes to them if they get a complaint. So it's kind of what it's all about.
But you've got the button over there, and it would be really, really rare.
Yeah.
If the machine was working properly, it would be rare that you wouldn't catch it.
And even if I miss it, you guys try to be, hey, hit the button.
Well, I always I swear.
Half the time it's not.
Would you? I'll never apologize for that. I'd rather be annoying in the moment.
It's better to. You're right.
They said fish sticks, not fish
No,
dicks.
there was one time I didn't say anything, and guess what? A fucking S-bomb went over the air. So, Bird,
you're right.
Do you?
Better safe than sorry. That's what they say. Good morning, Kev. Bitter Mexican wants to know the restaurant in Lake Worth you were talking about a few weeks ago. I only asked because the last time I ate there, I saw a bunch of flies and the AC was broken at this taco joint in Lake Worth. Plus, the food tasted as if it was left out from the day before.
Oh.
I mean, a broken air condition, there's no way I'd eat there.
No.
There's no shot I'd go.
Yeah, would you mind telling me which one it is so I may avoid it? Yeah, I mean, it's it's public knowledge. I mean, because they did a report on it, news station. In fact, that's honestly, I don't know if you guys have like something that like is your go-to. My new fascination on the internet is reading food violations.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Hey, whenever they have a story on, it's an immediate click for me. If this restaurant's this, or you got the Hepe or whatever, I am immediately on that story.
Well, it's the ones that have the multiple infractions where you're like, okay, I can't forgive that. I cannot go to that restaurant now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There's certain things I can forgive, certain things I cannot.
Yeah, in fact, somebody said that Burger King restaurant they were talking about today that was in there because the person had been mopping the floors and they started mopping the tables with the same mop, and it was on video. Somebody got it. Apparently, that restaurant already had 8 violations.
Animals.
Yeah.
That's just so
that's
uncool.
one you just want to say,
So
nah.
if that was the case and it was just that violation and it was a renegade, I still go to that Burger King. But if now you got multiple violations, what are the other violations? Is it gross? Is it cleanliness stuff?
Yeah, it's all stuff you gotta kind of in your head. Just be like, okay, you know, what are we gonna do?
I went to a place over the weekend, and it's a place where a lot of people love, and I went to go pee, and the bathroom was disgusting, and I couldn't believe that they had it so gross there, and it was a pretty good place.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to know. I eat out enough, and I'm conscious enough, though I'm trying to back off my germophobia. It's still, I'm conscious of it. And you're right. If it's a nasty-ass bathroom, you can just only imagine.
There's never an excuse to have a gross bathroom.
Never.
I'm sorry.
Never. You got to get that thing tidy.
Once an hour, you got to send somebody in there.
Amen.
Mm-hmm. So here you go. TAC. I'll give you the initials. You can figure it out.
Oh,
Pretty much there.
well, game.
Yeah. I figure you'll probably know from that. But, yeah, like I said, it's common knowledge you can go check out.
And people in the chat room are talking about it. So.
Yeah, it's not big mystery.
We try not to blast too many people on the...
Yeah, I try not to, but I mean, like I said,
It's a story.
And there are a few, I believe, so go check those out. Kind of crazy. I saw the story, and I know how much you love serial killing, Jay Bird. There was this Samuel Little.
Oh,
Did you see that story of that cat?
Yes, what the shit? They're saying this guy might be the most prolific serial killer ever.
Yeah.
Who is this?
I'd never heard of him, but he's linked to more than 60 deaths, and apparently his health is starting to fail. So now he's, doing that thing where he's starting to chat and, saying, hey. And some of this, it sounds like, and Jay Bird knows more about this stuff than I do, but it sounds like some of these serial killers, you don't know if you can trust them because they
pad their stats.
Right. You would think it would be so shameful, like you wouldn't want to admit to more murders than what you did, but some of them are like, because apparently right now the most prolific is Gary Ridgway, the Green River killer, they say.
He's the guy that was killing at the same time Ted Bundy was killing, and Ted Bundy actually helped crack that case and help find that guy. They used Ted Bundy a lot to get behind the psychology of the Green River killer, and they were using the same dumping ground for the bodies. So
really?
Theoretically, you could think of a night where they could have been there the same night. The other thing that was pretty fucked up, I thought, Ted Bundy, his ashes are spread in the same area where he murdered girls at. Where he dumped their bodies. A lot of people had a problem with that. Where
Who did that?
Whoever was in charge of getting rid of his body, but his wishes were to be spread in those woods, and that's where he did a lot of his killing.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was fucked up too. And he also impregnated somebody in prison. Triply fucked up.
He shouldn't be allowed to say where he wants his ashes spread.
I agree.
Like once,
you don't get any more requests.
No, that's it. You're done.
If you're
get
the
no
parents
requests.
of that victim and you know that murderer's ashes are potentially spread where he killed her, fuck that, man. That's so messed up.
That is.
So the Green River killer did 49 victims, though I believe he's claimed more. They're just trying to see.
He killed prostitutes, and Bundy didn't. Bundy looked at that as, well, who can't kill a prostitute? They're putting themselves
low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging fruit. That's how Bundy looked at it.
Yeah, this guy that they have now was arrested in Kentucky in a homeless shelter in 2012, and they extradited him to California. He would just travel from state to state killing, so that's why it was hard. He has stuff from Florida to California, middle of the country, like all over the place. He would just go from town to town and have a victim. And they say, too, like he would strangle a lot of times. So sometimes they didn't know that they were even the victim of a serial killer. They thought that maybe it could have been a drug overdose or other things like that.
It's terrible.
And so now he's starting to say, no, this person from here and this and that. And so.
And you're right. They do. Sometimes they'll say stuff to maybe prolong the death penalty or maybe get life instead of the death penalty. I know Bundy was fucking around with cops towards the end, saying, "This is what I did. There's over 100 women. I can lead you to these women. Just give me time." They were finally just, "Ted, it's time for you to go."
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this guy has at least 60 victims, which would make him the most prolific now. And it sounds like they're looking for it's possible that you might have a lot more than that even.
But it changes.
As high as 93.
It changes all the time. I mean, because you got people that say Bundy was the biggest, and even the chat room, the Golden State Killer claimed to have so many people. They usually go with what they have in the morgue with the autopsy report.
The real
actual
evidence.
number, yeah.
And then somebody sent me a story. Apparently, there might be a serial killer back at my old stomping ground. They've got 4 women dead, 2 missing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Chillicothe, which is not far from that. I don't know what it is. Like, my area, we just always have serial killers. Like, it's
What
just,
the hell?
I think it's just so many woods.
Is this a new story?
Yeah, it's a new story. This is different from the other guy. So apparently there's another one that's in the area.
It's looking like it's from the same dude.
What's the neighborhood?
Chillicothe is the town, but yeah, it's maybe 30 minutes from Logan, my hometown. Yeah, something like that.
Be like you driving a Sebastian.
What?
Be like you driving a Hope Sound.
Yeah, so there you go. Interesting. See what they have to say, but I had never even heard of that guy. Did you know who that little guy?
and that's the creepy thing is that there's always a new one right around the corner that's about to drop. There's someone murdering right now. Multiple people, multiple serial killers that may get caught, may not. You never know. May not even hear of them for 20 years from now.
That's horrifying.
As it mirrors, it seemed like early summer is serial killer season.
You're right.
Are we in it?
It is just you, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, it feels like these stories seem to pop out about this time. For
Bundy killed a lot during the summer.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. Got an email from Kara, a.k.a. the Land of Oz. She just wanted to say thanks. She had swapped out, got some tickets, and went to go check out that clairvoyant show that we gave away tickets for.
Yes.
Had such a blast. Apparently, she went on her first date with somebody that was kind of just a friend. We did the penny slots. Ate at each of the places in the food court. Why pick just one, right? We snuck in a bit of Green Apple Crown Royal and just had the absolute best time ever. We were even bumped closer to the stage. It was an absolute epic night. I wish it could have been my future ex-husband, Jaybird, LOL, but Jimmy definitely has me smitten, and I can't, and I ain't complaining. So there you go. All right. So there you go. Thank you for the email. Appreciate that. All righty, Will. That's it for your Monday. Thanks for locking in. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.